Xfinity Television presents PIAA District 1 football, playoff football tonight here at War Memorial Field in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. It's the Bucksmont League revisited as the Hatboro-Horsham Hatters invade War Memorial to take on the Bucks of Central Bucks West. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bob Friedman. Along with me, Tommy White. It has been 11 long years, Tommy. 11 years since Dennis Steinley has brought a team up to Doylestown. But I'll tell you, memories are long here, and the Bucksmont lives.
It lives. The thing I remember vividly is my senior year at East. Hatboro came up here to play West in what was the championship of the Bucksmont League that year, and it ended up in a 6-6 tie, one of the best football games I ever remember seeing. And that tradition, even today, there's guys that are friends and see each other and remember those days like they were yesterday.
Well, when you talk about coaches, great coaches in the area, you go with Pettin, you go with Steinley, you go with Drew Dara, people of that nature. And you got two of the best here. Dennis Steinley, who coached for years at Hatboro-Horsham, retired, maybe a little bit too early for him, and then they called him back, and he answered the call, and has brought his Hatters in with just one defeat on their record. On the other side of it, Mike Pettin's got an undefeated crew out there. You mentioned something to me in the pregame. They may be an American Conference team, but boy, are they big.
Yeah, West comes in average about 250, but Ben Carver really pushes that number up. For Hatboro, they're going to come in at about 240, 10 pounds lighter than West on the average. Not a big difference at this level. Again, it's just going to be the heart. Who's going to win that battle up front is going to really probably set the tone early and probably make a difference in the end.
Hatboro-Horsham, of course, will be in the white jerseys with the black numerals and the black pants. Of course, their colors are black and red. And, of course, West will be in their Killer Bee outfits. As you see Hatboro-Horsham being introduced one by one, and they do have some size, Tommy White. West is going to have all their gears going tonight, and they know it. They've had a very spirited practice sessions this week, the weather notwithstanding, and tonight we have gotten a break in the weather. This was supposed to be Monsoon City.
Monsoon City, it's windy and gusts of wind, so that could play a big part in the game, especially if you're going back to pass and that wind starts to act up. But you're right, they were calling for lots of rain, like puddles out there. You can see by the screen there as they're announcing the players, the field is really in good shape. The winds really dried it out from some of the rain we had earlier in the week, and actually in very good condition to start the game.
This field is as in good a shape as I have ever seen it for this time of the year. Yeah, there's the brown areas out in the middle, but if you look, usually by this point of the year, it is all brown in the middle. There is no grass. You can see it's been a particularly mild fall, and it's really not even that bitterly cold here now. Temperature in the mid-50s, going to be going down to the mid-40s, upper 40s tonight. But the grass is still very much, and it's going to be helpful for the players' footing. The field is firm tonight. We have not had a whole lot of rain this week, and that has been good for the players. And the wind, of course, drives things out as well.
The thing is, it's not raining yet. There are forecasts for possible showers tonight. That could be interesting later in the game, big part of the game perhaps, and all of a sudden we get a downpour. Could be very big in what the outcome ends up being. As you see some of the West players, there's Big Fred Ward
being introduced right now, and the line is being introduced right now. Of course, 52 is Nick Krongel, and right now they're talking Dustin Picciotti will be introduced later on. Number 76 right now, and that's Joe Wilson, and that has been the key to this season for West, has been their dominating front line. They've made up for a lot of different errors by having a real solid front.
I agree. We got a chance to talk to Mike Carey at the end of the East game last week, and we mentioned to him, Mike, you got to just love this. And he said it's been the most fun he's ever had because it's the most size he's had. When you have that size, there's a lot of things that you can do with it. And the thing that makes it even more fun is you can make the offense so simple and basic and just run power football, and they've done that to it.
And of course,
excellence.
When you talk about size, you talk about the big guy on CB West. You talk about Dave Armstrong. What a load. 6'4", what is he now? 6'4", 255, running back, par excellence, defender, superb player. and he makes things better. As we saw in the East game last week, they decoyed to him quite a bit, and Corey Potter had his way running around the end for a couple of long scores.
And that is a big point that you make, because they'll show you that power early, and we've shown Corey have the ability to put that ball on his hip, fake that dive, and keep it to the outside. He's got great speed. He's a strong runner, and he'll put it in the end zone on you.
For Hatboro-Horsham, a star now and a star going into the future. Only a sophomore quarterback, Brian Haggerty, has had a terrific year. The question is, will the Butterflies be there? This is a big game. This is in a big stadium. He's playing against a team that is almost legendary in Pennsylvania football, and he's only 15, 16 years old. So this is something you got to wonder about. The boy has shown his credentials this season. He's been very solid. And as you say, the Bucks have a nice-sized front line. They have Aaron Moar, who's 6'3", 255. Dave Mahoney, 6'2", 245. Brian Howe, 6'1", 270. And you have Brian Schreier, 6'3", 235. And that's a lot of beef up front to protect the quarterback.
John McCoy is the other guy. He's a big guy, 6'5". He's on the lighter side, 210. And that's the Hatters offensive line. And they're going to give him a test. But you know what? I think this momentum that this offensive line has had for West is going to start off right away and challenge this team. If they can't stop them right away, it's going to be a long game. They got to have 8 or 9 guys in the box and force Corey Potter to make other plays outside of that box, because if they don't, West is going to have a long day.
Well, West,
Hatters will have a long day.
As PIAA rules go in the playoffs, they had the coin toss before the game. The Bucks won the toss, elected to receive. So it will be CB East will be receiving. They will be moving right to left. As we take a look at the officials for tonight.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
There's subs. There's all kinds of officials here tonight.
Well, this is the playoffs, as we say. The winner of this, of course, will play the winner of the PW versus Doylestown game, which should be another interesting affair. So, Hatboro-Horsham has taken the field. West has their final words. Funny feeling we're going to have one heck of a game here, Tom.
Well, the thing we failed to mention early is that there's a guy by the name of Terrace Washington who comes into the game with about 935 yards for Hatboro-Horsham. He scored, I believe, about 9 touchdowns. So he's a threat. Haggerty's older brother is also a threat at tight end, Dennis Haggerty. So they really have some nice weapons. There's also Harry Ganges, a kid that I know from the youth programs. Tough kid. He's going to hit people all night tonight, I guarantee you. And I can't wait.
Now we're just about ready to go as they tee the ball up. Kicking off for Hatboro-Horsham will be Kevin Patterson. We're going to have to get a little bit used to this. So Patterson kicking on either side.
Patterson for Hatboro, Bob. He's a freshman, and he was the guy that kicked the field goal in overtime to beat Methacton last week to get Hatboro here. So a great thrill for him, and he's in probably the biggest game of his life.
Joel Starsman, one of the deep backs, as the ball has to be held because of the wind, and we are ready to go. End over end, taking it about 7, goes right through the arms and into the end zone, and it will be a touchback. As right away they had a little bit of problem with it going up for it. The wind just sort of picked it up. Dave Titus had a little problem. The ball hit him on the shoulder pads, rolls into the end zone.
And the ball was spinning. Usually a ball would go end to end or turn one over the side, spiral. That ball was like really had a funny spin on it. So yeah, when he tried to get it, it kind of hit his shoulder pads and spun off up over his shoulder. It's such an odd spin on it. Nonetheless, they don't get hurt by it. They get the ball in the 20.
All right. Come out. It'll be backs are split behind Corey Potter. And on the first play, they had a little bit of problem. It's a ball on the ground. Let's see. It is. Potter had a little trouble with the snap, and he will lose a yard.
This is going to be an emotional game. You can see the Hatters right away. They make a play. They're all pumped up. They're all jumping up. It's got to be an emotional game for them. They got to have big plays. Let's, on the next play, count how many guys they got up in the box. And I'm going to tell you, they had eight guys up there that time.
And the wind is just kicking off. The flag is straight out the side, blowing from the Bucks right to their left. Second down, 11 yards to go after the loss of 1. Man goes in motion. Single setback. Handoff goes to Armstrong. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got 15 yards. First down, West.
And that time, Hatboro comes out in a looser defense, and they run right into it. They're not able to stop it. Dave Armstrong, big hole right behind Velitis and Big Ben Carver, and they get the first down. And again, that momentum that offensive line can generate in the game is just amazing.
Ball just shy of the 35-yard line, just underway, no score. Bucks on a 15-yard run by Dave Armstrong have got the first down of the game. Coming out wide left is Scott Warden. Got a man in the slot. Armstrong straight back, and it is Armstrong gets it. He'll get maybe a yard and plows forward for a couple of more as they got him low, which is what you want to do, sort of slowed him down, and his 6'4" frame allows him another yard or so, so we'll make it second down and about 8.
Aaron Mohart, a middle linebacker, comes up. He hits him. He stands him up. Dave does a good job to twist out of it and fall, and he falls, and he gets 2.5 yards.
Well, he's 6'4",
and we saw that.
It's going to be that way.
We saw that all last week. You got to stand him up, and you got to drive him back, because that big frame, he's going to fall. He's going to get yardage.
Ball at the 37-yard line, 2nd and 8. Tight formation, single setback, wing to the right side. Potter under center. Now man goes in motion. That's Warden. It's a roll by Potter. He's got the corner. He turns the corner. Stiff arms one man. Nice tackle in the open field. But getting up to the 45-yard line and a first down will be Corey Potter. And a nice stiff arm on the play. Tackle appeared to be made by number 21 for Hatboro-Horsham. That's Terrence Washington.
Along with Kevin Mayer, the corner, he comes up. And again, this is such a simple offense. I'm going to pound the ball at you inside, and every once in a while he's going to sneak out. Let's listen to the call.
Now we have a face mask, and it's going to go 15 more against Hatboro-Horsham.
Corey Potter has done a great job, and he gets better and better every week. We've talked about it each time we've seen him, of being able to fake, put the ball away on his hip, hide it from the defense, and then make a big run out of it there. He gets a first down, and he's going to get 15 more.
Back down to the 40-yard line of the Hatters.
And that's the last thing Hatboro wanted to do, is come in here and give West the ball to start out and have him come down the field. First of all, establish the line of scrimmage, which they've done early, but then with penalties, give them the extra yards. You can't do that.
Well, we get a chance to talk about Jack Shackleton. I read a little bit about him this week, and boy, I'll tell you what a gift. The rich get richer. Corey Potter under center, single setback, slot to the right. I'm in motion is Scott Warden. Handoff goes to Armstrong. He's got 5. He breaks it outside. One man to beat and finally pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Dave Armstrong with a great hole powers his way left side, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the West at the 20-yard line. I'll tell you what, if he cuts it inside, tries to just blow over the guy, he might go all the way.
Great run. That's one of the things I like about Dave, is he takes what you give him. He got that hole, he stayed in that lane, he ran straight out to the sideline. Once he got to the sideline, switched the ball outside hand and tried to burst by Terrence Washington in the corner. He does a nice job to bump him out. He actually hit him a little bit late, and the West crowd wanted maybe some extra yardage tacked on. He doesn't get it, but West is rolling by.
Ball at the 20-yard line. And now Potter doesn't like what he sees, and he calls a timeout, so he'll go over with the whole team to the bench, talk to Coach Mike Pettin, which gives us a moment to remind you that VHS copies of this and all other SCT events are available by calling SCT at 215-345-5154, Mondays through Fridays during normal business hours. Tommy, I'll tell you what, so far that left side has been wide open. You know, you look at Dave Armstrong's a great running back, but you and I could, well, you could have run through that hole for a decent gain. And the line, you got to give it to them. They are opening up the holes early. A little stutter start, and sometimes that wakes a team up. As Potter had trouble with the snap on the first play, sometimes that'll get a keep. You know, it works in 2 ways. Sometimes the team will suddenly, oh man, this is going to be a tough night. Other times it wakes them right up and says, hey, let's get this thing rolling.
Well, other than that play, this drive has been a la CB West, which we've seen all year.
Smash mouth football. Jack Shackleton, as we talked about, was a transfer from Cherokee High School, which is a championship caliber school in New Jersey, and he moved to Doylestown to live with his dad, and Mike Pettin said, thank you very much fine ball player, number 44. Now 1st and 10, ball on the 20, handoff goes, breaking it outside nicely, breaks one tackle, is Armstrong, and they'll take it just shy of the 15, get a quick 4. And it tells you a little bit about how big he is. They get out of 4 or 5 yards, and getting up off the tackle was Dan McGeary, and he thinks he just stopped him for a loss.
And we see the stick get moved. It's almost 4.5 yards. So it's the same thing we saw last week. They think they're making good plays on defense, but you get 3.5 yards on every play, they can't stop you.
They can't stop you. You got to get the first down.
It's a simple philosophy, but when it works, it's hard to stop.
2nd down and 6. 8:45 to go, first quarter, no score. First possession of the game, the Bucks have it. Backs are split. Pitch goes this time to Scotty Ward, and he's got a hole inside the 15, 10-5, touchdown! Touchdown, CB West!
You see Dave Armstrong, you see Dave Armstrong, you see Corey Potter once in a while, and then all of a sudden, bam, Scotty Ward, and they stick it in there on a lead play with the block in front of him at it for Dave Armstrong, and he just finds a seam, cuts back, and busts his way into the end zone, and this CB West team looks very impressive early.
And now Dan Patterson, the left footer, will attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Bill Stone, the kick is up. The kick is no good. Kick is no good, so with 3:27 to go in this first quarter, the Bucks have taken a 6-0 lead, but let's keep an eye on that because the kicks are going to be tough tonight with the wind.
Yeah, we talked about that in the opening. Both kickers, good kickers, but again, you're going to struggle with the snap. The snap could be messed up because of the wind, and then again the kick, it gets up there in that real burst of wind. It could do a lot of things to the ball, and there you see the first evidence of it with the kick by Patterson.
And now it's Hatboro-Horsham's turn. It's back deep. Number 23, Nick Killian, and 21 is Terrence Washington. Patterson should be doing the kicking for West, although we had a little bit of interesting kicking situations last week, trying to keep it away from Brian Scott.
Well, there's going to be some of that tonight with Terrence Washington back there. They're going to try to kick the ball, maybe skip it to him, make him run for it, but not kick it right at him so he has a nice lane to run up and make a break on it.
Wind, you can see the debris blowing all over the field. Gives you an idea what the wind is like. And we'll see if that ball will stay on the tee. It didn't stay on for Hatboro-Horsham, and it blows off for CB West too. So it looks like they're going to have to come up and hold for him. Unless Patterson they'll give him a couple of shots at getting it straightened up on the tee. If it blows over again, he's going to have a holder now. Potter will hold for him, it appears. Again, they have 3 back deep right now. McGeary, I believe, is going back there too. Now going to hold is Chris Ortiz. Now they'll have 2 kickers back there. The only problem with a holder, if a right-footed kicker goes after, it'll kill him. And it's a low kick. It's going to bounce very short. Picked up by an up back at around the 25-yard line. He'll get it over the 30 to the 31-yard line. So kind of a squib kick. I don't think that was intentional. Just hit it badly. And it'll go out to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line, and it's there that the Hatters will take their first possession.
Well, if you think about it at this level, there aren't many kickers that have kicked the ball in the end zone. So it's probably not a bad idea to kick it on the ground or kick it out of bounds and give them the ball in the 35. Not bad strategy.
Backs are in the eye. Man goes in motion. And the up handoff goes, and carrying it for short yardage is John Pfaff. Brian Haggerty, the quarterback. Pfaff, one of the running backs, along with Terrence Washington, who is the back you really have to keep an eye on. Although Pfaff certainly has a pedigree too.
Interesting thing, at the end of the game last week, we talked to Larry Green, and Larry spoke about the West defense and the fact that the offense gets a lot of the press. He said this defense is very good, and they're going to be tested tonight.
Pitch goes back to Washington, breaks it outside. He'll get about 3 or 4, and he'll be close to the, well, it depends on where the spot is. He'll be about 4 yards shy of the first down. Give him 3, maybe less on that. Let's see where they place the ball.
Based on the spot, the original spot looked like he was going to be 3rd and 3, but the
about
official
5
brings
now.
it back. Now it's about 3rd and 5.
So 3rd and 5. Let's see if Haggerty decides to put the ball in the air here or he decides to just stay on the ground. Ball out at the 38, 37-yard line. They need to get to the 42 for the first down.
Scotty Warden does a good job on that play. Outside contain, has his shoulder to the outside of the block, is able to hit him and keep him outside. Nice job.
Back to split. Back to pass is Haggerty. He looks, he throws, ball is tipped in. Oh, stayed up there for a while, but good defensive pressure by West. And it appears that the Hatters will have to punt. They'll go 3 and out on the first possession.
And that's not what they wanted to do, because now you're going to give the ball back to West. Ortiz is standing back on his 30. Good kick. Let's say he fields it there and he gets a 10-yard return. West has got 1st and 10 on their own 40. Great field possession, already with the momentum and a chance to get more.
They have to kick into a little bit of wind. Snap is good. He gets it away. Wind gets a hold of it. They're just going to let it bounce, and it'll take a Hatboro-Horsham bounce roll over the 30 down to the 25, the 23-yard line. Nice roll. So the punt is let to die on the 27-yard line. No, 23-yard line. I am right. And the Hatters will take over there.
That's a good kick, because what it does is he doesn't field it in the air. He has no return, and on top of it, you get that positive roll. That's a good kick. You couldn't ask for a better kick at this point.
When you're a kicker, you learn about things like kicking it under the wind, and you will kick it low and not let that wind pick it up there. What he did, he put it low, and he counted on the bounce, and he got a real good bounce. It bounced about 15, 20 yards. So again, the Bucks will take over, leading 6-0.
Look how many guys they got on the line of scrimmage now.
Yeah, they got them all up there. They're all in the box. Man in motion. And it's a roll to the left. He goes outside that box, gets a block. Corey Potter, he's got 5, he's got 10, he's got a first down. The one way to defeat the box is to make sure you get the outside man and go around it. Corey Potter did that. Dave Armstrong delivered a crushing block outside, cut down the linebacker. Potter was able to turn the corner, and he will have a CBS first down.
That was amazing. They had 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, 1 middle linebacker, 2 safeties, and West was still able to get outside. Potter puts it on the outside hand, races for the sideline, and beats the end and the corner and gets a first down.
And what that forces you to do after a while is to spread that defense out, which is exactly what you want to do. Now they're not quite as many in the box here. 1st and 10, backs a split. Potter under center. He'll give it to Armstrong. Armstrong will crock into the line, push, and he'll get maybe a yard, maybe 2. Call it a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
That's a good defensive play. A lot of guys on the ball. Fopp there with his boys, stands them up. But you got to love Armstrong. He gets hit, he gets stood up, he twists, he turns. He really had nothing and still gets 2 yards out of it.
And if you're Dennis Steinle, you got to be saying to you guys, be sure to tackle Armstrong, be sure you watch Potter, because he's just like to take it out of Armstrong's stomach and go around the end.
And we've seen that a few times, and he runs it well, hides the ball well, and a lot of times you don't even know he has it till he's 10 yards downfield.
So 2nd down, we'll call it 8 yards to go. Ball at the 43-yard line. Handoff underneath to Armstrong. He'll get about 4. We'll make it 3rd down and 4. He gets it over the 45 to about the 47-yard line. They need to get to the Hatters 49 to get the first down, so it's 3rd down, 4 yards to go. And right now, it is their first 3rd down opportunity here.
Well, this is a huge play for the Hatters. They need to get some momentum back. They could stop West here. It's a big, big thorn in their hat.
Handoff goes, cutting it. Oh, nice turn by Warden. He's got the first down. What a move.
Yeah, he doesn't make that move. He's going to get stood up. He left the D-back, Foff, and the linebacker, Foff, just standing there as he rolled out of the tackle. That's a first down.
Absolutely. What happened, the other thing was the blocking was strong for West. Because he turns, he doesn't know who's going to be there. Nobody was there because they had the linebackers held up. But a great move by Scott Warden, real solid move. Give him a first down, the ball down to the 43-yard line of Hatboro-Horsham with 5:35 to go. First quarter, 6-0 CB West leads, and they have the ball. Handoff goes to Armstrong. Armstrong's got 3, about 4 now as he rolls over a defender.
That time they go short side of the field. West loves to do that. They'll spread you out wide, run back strong with that fullback. And it's been a bread and butter play for him there. That's 7 yards they got on that
Yeah,
play.
he got 7 yards of the roll.
With the roll. 5 and 2 with
the
the
run
roll.
and 2 with the roll. So it's second down. It's a long 3. They're now up at the Hatboro-Horsham 36-yard line. Need to get to the 33, inside the 33 to get the first down. Armstrong doing quite well. 53 yards already, I understand. And it is Armstrong. Oh, and this time he stripped up the line of scrimmage, and that was McGeary right under the bottom of the stack.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. You're a team where you're being run on. You got to run blitz. You bring up a safety, you bring up a linebacker, and a lot of it is a game. You got to guess where you think they're going, and if you can guess right, you can get a guy into the backfield and disrupt that lead block, you can make big plays.
Tuck that into Mike Pettin's head there. On a second down next time, they play action and pop it real quick over the middle. Third down and just inside 3 yards to go. It's gained about a half yard on that play. Potter hands it to Armstrong right up the middle, and he will get the first down. Ooh. And you don't credit that Dave Armstrong as much as you do to that front line. The front line had the push on that.
Well, one of the offensive linemen, I think it was Adam Dumrod, came out, and the safety for Hatboro tended to relax. He thought the play was over, and he just blasted him. It was 9, Harry Ganges. Harry's coming off the field right now, but he just got leveled because he didn't think it was over. And there you go back to do things from August 15th, downfield blocking,
That's right,
till the whistle blows, and that's what they're doing.
and again, the handoff goes to Armstrong. He's caught in the backfield, and that is a big play for Hatboro-Horsham. Number 64 on the tackle there was Brian Hopp, the big sophomore defensive tackle. They got a young team here. They're going to be heard from for a couple of years yet. But the one thing I wanted to talk about was what set that first down up on the last series was the 6 yards on first down. They have got to hold CB West so that they've got to take the long yardage on second and third down. Well, he gets about a half yard, called 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Fopp is a sophomore, and he's playing linebacker. That's
Full house
great
backfield. Shackleton in the backfield. And it's a keeper by Potter around left end. He's got a lot of room. Cuts it inside. He gets it down inside the 15 to about the 12. Corey Potter put it in the stomach, took it back out, and they had great blocking around the left side. Corey Potter, more of a runner than a passer, but he doesn't have to be that much of a passer with this line and this running attack. He takes it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Great run by Potter. First down, Bucks.
And that was the first time we've seen that little wrinkle, Bob. They show double power right. He fakes Dave into the line towards that away from the power, and then spins a reverse pivot out of it and keeps it outside. Beautiful play.
1st and 10. Ball at the 12-yard line. Single setback is Armstrong. It goes to Armstrong. He's inside the 5. He's to the 3. He's to the 2. He's pushing his way, and he just won't quite get in, but he should have the first down. Boy, I'll tell you, it was like trying to push a car going downhill backwards. As Armstrong, you can't tackle him high, or you can, but it takes about 8 players to do it. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. He will be close to the first down.
Just looking around the booth, everybody chuckling at that one as Dave was carrying the Hatboro defense on his back, and only because a safety comes up and gets under his legs and stops him does he not carry that team into the end zone. That was pretty comical, but a great effort on his part.
It looks like he's going to be maybe just the spot. If he has it, he's not going to have it by a lot. I think he might be just shy of it. Well, no, wait a minute. Let's see. They stretch the sticks. Boy, I'll tell you. Just shy of it.
If you're Hatboro, you feel like boy, you almost wish he would have had it just in case you stop him on this play. Because what's the chances here of what we've seen that they're gonna hold him?
I mean,
unless you turn the ball over, knock on.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things that can happen, but you got the ball there, you got your horse running the ball. I mean, it's basically so far been, okay, here he comes, stop him.
Exactly.
And so far they have, and he has over 70 yards right now rushing in this first quarter alone, which still has 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Bucks leading 6-0, trying to add points to it. And now they're ready. Politis brings him up. He's over the ball. Power look. Armstrong. And he's not quite in. Did they give him the end zone? No. But he will have the first down.
It's funny, we hear the voice of Jim Church over in NPB. He says right before the play, I bet the house it's Armstrong. And
not
it
a
was.
Tough call. You get inside here, who else do you want to give the ball to but your truck? And I would be, well, let's put it this way, this close, so nose of the ball's on the goal line. Potter might take it himself, but you got to think that Armstrong will be the man. Everybody in tight. Shackleton. Wingback, the double strong left side. It is to Armstrong, and he pushes and he shoves, and he's in. All he had to do was really lean a little bit, gets the ball over the goal line, and with 1:21 to go in the first quarter, the Bucks have taken a 12-0 lead.
And again, just power football. Offensive line is beating the defensive line off the ball. They're driving them till the whistle blows, and the backs are running hard, getting what they can. And it's just been really a great execution of power football here up in Doylestown, really all year. Haven't seen anybody come
77-yard drive, and all on the ground. Most Armstrong, although Potter certainly had a great run. Warden with that great first down run on third down kept it going. They're going to go for 2 here. Armstrong, the lone running back. Warden now goes in motion. It's a keeper. Running to the right, looking for the end zone. Trying to get in. He is. Is he in? He's in. Where is he? Let's take a look.
The official on the far side gave the signal that he was in.
I was looking for the official near side, didn't give him the far side official, gives it. So with the run, it goes to 14-0, 1:21 to go in the first quarter, and now the Hatters have got to assert themselves. They're 3 and out on their only series so far.
Yeah, if you think about it, there's about a minute to go in this first quarter. West has dominated this first quarter every phase of the game. Now Hatboro-Horsham has got to get it back. They've got to take a little bit of momentum away. Even if they don't score, they got to show that they can move the ball a little bit and maybe put West back in a deep situation in their own territory and maybe play some good defense, get a turnover. But Hatboro is going to have to do some different things maybe on defense here. As we said earlier, do some run blitzing, take some chances, and see if they can't get some breaks for themselves.
And again, Dan Patterson will kick it out of Chris Ortiz's hole. And you see the deep backs have moved all the way up to about the 15-yard line, figuring that he's not going to be able to get a whole lot on it out of the hole. Washington is in the middle. McGeary on one side. Kick goes off. It's a ground ball. It'll bounce up high. And Washington will handle it right at about the 20-yard line. Cuts it to the right side. He'll get to about the 26-yard line. West has him there.
Tackled on the play by 75. And I don't have a 75 in the book. Let's see if we have one on our other roster here. No, we don't. So we'll see if we can get who that was, Bob.
But it is there. About 10 yards worse than where they were, or about 5 yards worse than where they were before at the 27-yard line. Haggerty hands the ball off to Washington behind some decent blocking, but a good tackle from behind by Dave Armstrong.
Yeah, Dave comes to his linebacker spot, scrapes over there, steps up in the hole just as Washington's about to cut up in the hole and takes him down. Nice play.
Gain of about 2 on the play up to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Under a minute to go in the first quarter of this playoff game. CB West with the 14-0 lead over Hatboro-Horsham. The Hatters with their second possession. They went 3 and out the first time. Single setback is Washington. No, there's a wing back to the right side. Back to pass. Haggerty throws it short of his man. Tried a quick pass, but you wonder if he's a little bit intimidated by that defensive line of West, because he really threw that short.
Yeah, he did. He didn't really set his feet real good. Plus, again, the little things that make a difference. We've talked about it all year. He goes to throw the ball, and up off his feet, up his hands go is Greg Ward, the defensive end. And now Haggerty's got to try to throw the ball over top of him and doesn't make a good throw. And they got a big third down play now.
When Greg Ward puts his hands up, you're talking about 7 feet. 6'4", and you got to figure he's got at least 6 inch or more reach. So he's going to be over 7 feet tall. Ball's on the ground. Let's see what the story is here. I think it's just a ball that as ball just stayed there as Hatboro-Horsham held the ball, but only about a 1-yard gain, so it'll be 4th and 7 as they will go 3 and out again. And Patterson will be in to kick. That's it. It's an end over end. Ganges was the punter before, but he must be injured. Short punt goes out of bounds, and as if the Hatters need this, the Bucks will start up at around the 43-yard line.
Yeah, it's a shame if Harry Ganges is hurt, because he comes in as their leading receiver. He comes in with about 35 catches and about 40 receiving yards a game, and to lose that kind of guy in a big game like this is a tough loss.
And the quarter has come to an end, so that is the end of the first 12 minutes of play in this playoff game. A good one for CBWest. They lead the Hatters 14-0. We'll take a break and be right back for second quarter action. Don't go away.
And for years, Gem Jewelers' professional staff has been at the heart of the matter with quality engagement rings, wedding bands, and diamond anniversary rings. Inside our beautiful showroom, you'll find the largest selection and the best values to make your special day or any occasion a treasure you'll remember forever. Plus, Gem Jewelers' gemologist is always on hand to ensure the quality of your diamonds and gemstones. Gem Jewelers, the heart of jewelry, on Route 611 at Bristol Road, Warrington.
I am the Black Knight.
Classic pinball can be played in your home. It takes just one visit to TNT Amusements. We sell reconditioned arcade-sized pinball machines, video games, and jukeboxes. Unlike our competitors, all of our equipment goes through a comprehensive 51-point checklist. And remember, whatever you buy, you can trade in later. We guarantee that in writing. So try it before you buy it. Visit our huge showroom in Southampton.
We're in the yellow pages under amusements.
Memorial Field, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Second quarter just underway between Hatboro-Horsham Hatters and the CBWest Bucks. Bucks with a 14-0 lead. Bob Friedman along with Tommy White. Proud to bring you all of this PIAA playoff action, district playoff action. And while you were away, Corey Potto took a keeper. And the reason the ball has moved up substantially, big first down run from Mr. Potter. The ball inside the 45-yard line now of the Hatters. Backs are split. Warden and Armstrong. Man in motion is Shackleton. Pitch goes to Warden. He's got 5. He's got 10. He's got 15. He cuts it inside. Could go all the way. Scott Warden will go all the way. Touchdown, CBWest. And it's starting to look like a blowout, Tom.
What blocking by Shackleton. He comes down the line of scrimmage. He seals off. This was so pretty. Seals off the linebacker. Behind him comes Dave Armstrong. He kicks out the corner. And Scott Warden, who's right on his tail, is able to cut back across the grain, put on a burst of speed as you see him coming off there giving high fives. And this West team is rolling. Look, they look invincible right now.
Dan Patterson will try to put the 21st point on the board as we are just underway in the second quarter. Snap good, the hold good, the kick is blocked. So the score will remain 20-0.
Number 5, Don McQuarrie, comes in from his linebacker spot and able to get a piece of that ball. But nonetheless, it has been all CB West.
You just said a mouthful, Mr. White. I'll tell you, they got the ball. We set off the air. If West scores again, this could be a long night for Hatboro-Horsham. Not only did they score, they made it look very easy. 15-yard run on the first play, 43 yards into the end zone, second play, and Hatboro-Horsham is reeling.
Hey, you know, it's not a bad feeling for them because there's been a lot of people that have been, there's been 10 other teams this year that have been in the same situation they're in tonight, so they can't feel real bad about what's going on here because they've done it to everybody else thus far this season.
If he stopped the game right now and interviewed Mike Pettin, what would he say besides the team has played pretty well? What's the one thing he'd point out? Our kicking game needs work.
You're right.
You can't blame Dan Patterson. This is a brutal win tonight, folks. Although the ball is, and it gets in a kicker's mind. When you got the wind like this, you're trying to get to it quickly. It looked like you got the middle of the ball instead of underneath. It kicked it right into the line. But 20-0, you overcome a lot of sins that way. And we've seen Dan Patterson kick the ball very, very well this year. Teed up at the 40, kicks a squibber. It'll bounce, and it'll stay in play. Rolling down to about the 1-0, and there's the first break of the evening for the Hatters.
I'll tell you, that was real dangerous because the Hatter lets it roll, and he's doing the right thing. He wants it. It's a muff, goes into the end zone. They get the ball to 20, but there are an awful lot of black and gold shirts within 5 yards of that ball. So they get a break, get the ball on the 20, and they got to move the ball now because if West, we said earlier, if they get 3 scores up, it's tough. 4 scores could be real tough.
Backs in the eye behind Haggerty. On first down, Haggerty, play action, throws it over the middle, got a man, almost interception and almost caught, and if that's caught by number 32, that's Dom Hernandez, that's touchdown, Tom.
Yeah, Dom, what happens, it gets deflected by the safety back there. I think that's Titus, and as he deflects it, Dom Hernandez is still running his pattern. It almost goes right into his hands. I don't think he expected it, so he wasn't able to concentrate and pull it in.
And if he holds on, there was nobody there.
He goes all the way.
So second down and 10 on the incompletion. Backs now split behind Haggerty. And the handoff goes underneath on a spin move and a nice little run up the middle there. That'll get about 4 yards. And the carry number 34, that's Tim Lewis.
Shackleton comes from his linebacker spot. He saw it all the way. It was funny, I'm standing here, just happened to key on him this play, watch him, and it came right at him. As that guy came through the hole, he just laid him out. Boy, that was a pretty hit.
And you look at Pettin feeling real good about it. Boy, I pick up this kid from Cherokee. Here's Shackleton saying, boy, I got to move from a great program in Jersey. I don't know what I'm moving into. All of a sudden he finds that, whoa, hello.
I'm going to CB West.
Haggerty back to pass. Nice sideline pass. He'll get the first down of the game for Hatboro-Horsham. Put a little bit of juice on that ball, and they'll gain about 10. We'll move it out to the 35-yard line. Warden was tackled on was the tackler on the play. I believe Randy Mills was the receiver.
Well, this really hurts Hatboro. The Ganges is not able to play. I overheard someone saying that he hurt his neck or something like that, and that's unfortunate.
Backs are in the eye. Now man in motion. Handoff underneath and getting some good yardage there. Almost a first down as Hatboro-Horsham showing some moxie here. I believe that's Lewis again on the carry. He'll get 9.
That's a nice little play. It's a quick hitter right behind the center's block. So if the linebacker misses him, which he does, he's then into the secondary, gets big yardage. 2nd and 1, now you're down 3 scores. Obviously, maybe a play where you can just pull one out here.
Well, it's a free one. They could try play action.
It's a free.
Wing to the left, straight back to pass. He's going to give it the shot. Throws it for his man. Too long. Intended for number 80, Dennis Haggerty, who, of course, is his brother.
Throws it for his bro.
One thing about running against West I found through the years, long developing plays don't work. Wide runs generally don't make it. Deep handoffs generally don't make it. If you're going to get yardage on West, you got to hit the quick hitters. Take what they give you, put it through the crack, and that's what happened with Lewis. Now Carver checks into the game.
Big Ben Carver in on defense. And
so short yardage, they're going to put the beef up front there. And the handoff, deep handoffs. Oh, and he was stopped in the backfield, but he just spins out of it, and he'll get the first down. I believe that was Washington.
I'll tell you what, they moved that ball back, and I got to believe, and I think they are. They're going to bring in the changes.
Yeah, but he's got the first down. He's got the first down. He's got the first down by about the length of the football, it looks. Well, no, maybe not. Hold on a second. If he's, no, I'm wrong. If he's got it by the nose of the football, and I think he's got it. And regardless of whether he's got it or not, you know Hatboro-Horsham is going to go for it here. I say he's got it by the nose of the ball. He's got it by the nose of the ball.
And it's been a nice drive for him. They got the pass, the first down here. They get the run by Lewis to 9, 2 plays to get the extra yard, and 2 first downs now for him. They got a little momentum. They got a little confidence. Let's see if they can keep it going.
Now, here's what I would try and pull because I'm a fool naturally, but I go play action first play right here. They're going to be geared for the run. Little play action, see if you can get the ball out. Use the wind to your advantage. Backs a split, man goes in motion. That's his brother, Dennis Haggerty, but the handoff goes underneath, and Lewis will carry it just for short yardage, and they were geared for the run.
Yeah, that time again they try to sneak that quick dive play underneath to Lewis, and that time it's not as big a play as it was the first time.
It's now about 8 yards shy.
Yeah, 8 yards shy.
I'll be in the same place. Second down and 9. Ball at the 47, about the 47-yard line of Hatboro-Horsham. 8.5 minutes to go first half, 20-0. West leading the Hatters. Long count by Haggerty, maybe checking off. Play action, rolling right. Has some time, now he doesn't. Dave Armstrong in from the linebacker spot, brings him down for a loss. It'll be third down and about 12 as they lost 4 on the play, 3 on the play.
Good thing Armstrong gets there because up the sideline is Haggerty just trying to make a little separation from the safety in the corner. He doesn't show up there. There's a chance he can get that ball out there and possibly complete a pass for a big play. But
and that's,
Dave makes a great play.
But that's something a sophomore will do. A more experienced quarterback in these teams will step up a step. Armstrong goes behind him. He's got the play. He stood there and allowed Armstrong to bring him down. Third down, 11. Pass is intercepted. Intercepted by Shackleton, and he'll take it down to the 37-yard line of CB West. Jack Shackleton with the interception.
And there Haggerty just doesn't see him. And same thing happened a week ago. He kind of hides in that little flat, and a quarterback doesn't see him. Throws the ball out there errantly, and he picks it off, only for Mitchell to tackle from the shoe top, saves a touchdown. But Shackleton, big guy, really showing up big the last couple games for West in the secondary, playing linebacker, making hits. You got to love it.
5'10", 205, Jack Shackleton. You will remember his senior year. So Potter will lead the team up. His team in front, 20-0. Single setback, double wing formation for West. Pitch goes to Armstrong. Cuts it outside, breaks 1 tackle. He leans and gets about 4.
It's amazing. You got McQuarrie laying there on the ground. You see him. He's banged up a little bit. He came up and hit him as hard as he could hit him. Stood him up, and Dave still got extra yardage. It's amazing.
How many people do you think are standing on the sidelines right now going, boy, he's big?
Well, I'll tell you what amazed me is last week when I got an opportunity to go down on the field and talk to Pettin and Carey, really gave me appreciation for how big they really are.
Oh.
I was lost in their shadows out there. They were so big.
And Potter doesn't like what he sees. He wants to change up, so he will call a timeout. 6:56 to go in the half. West out in front comfortably, 20-0. And they have the ball on the Hatter 35 after the Shackleton interception, 2nd and 7. Tom, so far, any surprises?
No surprises for me. I really, during the week, people were asking me what I think. And I said, you know, if Hatboro can come up with a defense that can stop this run, they got a chance. They haven't shown me that they can do that. and they're down 3 scores. So unless they come up with something miraculously in the second half, it could be a very long second half for them.
Well, we talked about it on Sports On a little bit, and we talked about what to look for. And I think it was Marty or possibly Dan might have said, well, maybe they'll try the change up and go to the passing. Listen, you get into playoffs, you dance with what brought you. And what brought them there is smash mouth football using that big front line, the big running back, Armstrong, and the 2 or 3 good runners. You have Ortiz, who we haven't talked about that much, and Warden and Potter, and you just work it. And that's what they've done. They have just stuffed it down Hatboro-Horsham's throat. Play back in, it's 2nd and 7. Oh, man in motion, and we're going to have a, let's see what's happening here. Oh, they run the play, no flags. I'm a little confused. That's not unusual. Warden gets tackled for a loss. What I think happened was the center snapped the ball, and the center cannot be in procedure because he's the right guy. And what happened was Potter basically gave it off to Warden, or might have rolled to Warden. Warden runs with the ball, so they'll lose about a half a yard, make it 3rd and long. So a little confusion after that timeout. And I'll tell you what, Peck and Carey are not going to be happy about that. They burn a timeout and then blow the play.
Yeah, Velitis just had the wrong count.
3rd and 8. Back to pass. First pass of the game. Throwing it short. He's got a man, and that's Warden. Warden's got it, but he's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down. And you got to think they're going to go for it on 4th down. It's a little long for a field goal, and it's down deep in about the 30-yard line. In Hatter territory, I don't think there's any question that they're going to go for it 4th and 2.
Haggerty Dennis does a good job. Come up as Warden catches the ball, really keeps him right where he's at. Does a nice job to take him down, get some help from his other linebacker, Foff. But that's a big play for them. If they can hold him here and go into the half without an additional score, it'd be big.
And I'm the defensive coordinator. I say, okay, watch for Armstrong, but watch especially for the fake to Armstrong and the roll.
I'm sending people here.
It is Potter. He goes around the right side. He's got room. He could have a touchdown. He cuts it inside the 5, the 3, touchdown, CB West. And that's exactly what I said. Watch Armstrong, but watch the rollout. He takes it, and he goes 35 yards into the end zone, and it's 26-0.
It's almost tough as a defensive player to say, I know what they're going to run. They're going to either run Dave Armstrong or Corey Potter around the end. So you got 2 or 3 plays that they basically run. I know what they're going to run, but I can't stop them.
And they're going to go for
That's
2.
frustrating.
You know they're going to go for 2. It's almost easier for them to go for 2 with this win than it is for them to kick the ball right now.
And again, Potter, nice job. He keeps the ball on his hip. Good fake. Gets outside. 2 guys. Again, the downfield blocking is just amazing. There were 2 guys down there on safety, and Corey Potter got right in behind him at the last second. Burst, a little spin, and a real surge as he gets to the goal line to punch it in.
He got down about the 20-yard line. Looked like he's behind the Spanish Armada. They had 4 guys in front of him burying people. Now they try for 2. Back to pass. Now he doesn't have room. He cuts it inside. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. So it will be 26-0 with 5:20 to go in the first half. And the Bucks just starting to run away and hide.
There, he looks like he wants to roll out, maybe catch an end, doing a little button tip in the end zone. Good coverage by Hatboro. He tucks it in, tries to run it in, and a good tackle out there by Haggerty again, and takes Potter down for no extra point. But nonetheless, 5:20 to go here, Bob, in the second quarter. 26-0 for CB West. And what can you say? It's just been black and gold night.
You're getting real close to blowout time. I mean, right now, all Steinle can do to his kids, say to his kids, look, you know, we still got a lot of time to play. We got a half and better than 5 minutes. You've got to, you know, find some way to get some points on the board. Score on this possession, and then hold them. Do what you can to hold them, and then come back and score again. If you can put 2 scores on the board before the half and hold CB West off the board, you're very much in the game. Well, that's a lot easier said than done, though.
Well, Hatboro's got to feel good about what they did offensively. Obviously, it was an interception. They don't like that, but they got 2 first downs. They started to get a little momentum, Now they got to get that back, and hopefully, if they can, within the next 5 minutes, punch something in anyway before half and give them something to build on in that locker room.
Patterson approaches the ball, this time not held. He kicks it up high. It'll bounce at about the 10 to Washington. He gets it about the 7. He's out over the 15 to the 20. Cuts left, and he'll get to about the 26-yard line before he's brought down by a swarm of the Killer Bees.
Yeah, let's see if we can get this guy's jersey number. He did a good job coming down. He stays in his lane. And it looks like number 30, I think that is. And let's see if we can get his number for CB West.
Mel
Soria.
Junior, 5'8", 158 pounds. So Haggerty now down by 26 Marines, and he has nobody in the backfield. Passing look, rolling to the left is Haggerty. He falls down, but in all fairness, he was about to be buried on the play by number 52, and of course, that's Nick
Kronagel.
I'm sorry. Krungdale.
Krungnell.
Well, I apologize, Nick. I'm having a little trouble with your name there, but you made a great play there.
Well, Haggerty helps him out. He tries to roll out. He looks up and says, "I got a lot of black and gold coming my way. I think I'm going to get down." And he slides down. Kronagel gets on top of him.
I think it's Krognell.
Krognell.
We'll find out. We're going to talk to a couple of people and get that name right before the end of the game, because I got a feeling we're going to hear his name again. Haggerty, spin move, handoff. Got a man. Breaks it out and almost gets the yardage for the first down. Brought down at the 30-yard line. Let's see who carries. Is that Lewis or is that... Yeah, that was Lewis on the carry.
Lewis tackled by Titus. Titus comes up from his safety spot. Bam! He hits him in the backfield after a big gain. He gets back that sack yardage that was lost, and now they're looking at 3rd and about 7 instead of that 3rd and 12 or 14.
Well, actually 3rd and about 6. The ball out over the 30-yard line. Now Haggerty has a few instructions for his wingback. Single setback. Haggerty hands it off. Lewis had a hole and didn't have a hole, and it'll be 4th and about 4. Armstrong buried him and held him there, and he's one guy who can tackle high and stop you, and he just did.
Also in there, Buckley, number 9. Brian Buckley, he's a junior, 6'1", 205, playing defensive line. There's one of those defensive linemen with number 9. We talked about that last week. Tommy Haupt from a couple years ago, number 12, who played in there. That's a great thing. You gotta love it.
Kevin Patterson in to punt the ball again. Standing his own 20. Gets it away, a low end over end. Should take a Hatter bounce, and it does. Ortiz smartly lets it roll, and it rolls inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line, and it is there with 3 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the first half. The Bucks will take it again, and they have not been stopped yet offensively.
Well, it'll be interesting to see here. They can punch another one in, 26-0, 3 to go. I'll tell you, Hatboro's really going to find a mountain to climb the second half.
Well, right now, West has just been dominant. They have not, they've had 4 possessions. They have yet to be stopped. They have not punted the ball away. They've only thrown but the one pass. Now they have a wide right single setback. The pitch goes to Warden, and Warden is blasted there. A couple of good tackles on the play. John Ellis comes up to make the play, as well as Randy Mills. So they get a couple.
It's funny, they put all those guys out in front of there, and they all ran by Ellis. And Ellis was standing there like, where'd they go? And he comes up and makes the tackle. And makes it.
Say thanks.
Yeah.
Well, they're so used to Warden getting past that first wave that they're looking downfield. Warden, though, was stopped nicely by Ellis and Mills. So it'll be gain of about 2, maybe 3, make it 2nd down and 7. Potter with a counter handoff to Warden. Had a little bit of trouble with the handoff and slipped a little bit there, but he'll still get about 3 or 4 as we're inside 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Brian Happ, 64 on a tackle. He's done a good job inside, getting a hold of guys. Initially, he hasn't had a lot of help in a lot of cases because those black and gold guys have been all over his teammates. But there he's able to hold on and drag them down to the ground. But nonetheless, he gets some big yardage.
And West in absolutely no hurry to run the ball. If they get a big play, they get a big play. But they're melting the clock down. 3rd down and about 4. motion. And having some bad exchange problems with Potter. Still slips along the line, and he'll be short of the first down. The clock will continue to move as finally CB West will have to punt. I think they had that little exchange trouble there.
Yeah,
or he might have tripped over his guard going back.
Well, I think what happened is maybe somebody went the wrong way, because it looked like he ran in. As he turned to maybe make a handoff, somebody else was in the way. He runs into him, and the Hatboro defense does a good job to smell that, take him down.
The Hatters send a double safety back there. Will be awaiting the punt. This is the first punt of the game. Snap a little high, but handled nicely. Gets it away high, end over end. It'll bounce out of bounds, and will give Hatboro-Horsham great field position at around the 43-44 yard line. He keeps walking about the 45, but they only have 46 seconds to get things rolling.
And Pettin giving Matt Jarrett or Danny Jarrett an earful on that punt, trying to tell him, keep your head down, keep your eye on the ball, try to, look through the kick. Goes off the side of his foot, and Mike has a few words for him.
So Brian Haggerty will bring his team over the ball.
Danny's done a good job punting for West this year.
Yes,
been very consistent.
Back to pass is Haggerty. Has time. Throws it wide. It's going to be caught by Dennis Haggerty nicely. And right at midfield. A nicely thrown ball and a well-caught ball, too. Only gains you about 5 yards, but it gets out of bounds and stops the clock with 39 seconds to go in this first half. The Bucks comfortably in front, 26-0, but the Hatters would like to make a little noise before the half ends.
Oh, hook and ladder play. Dennis Steinley's got in his book, because I know he beat us my senior year with it right at halftime. 10 seconds to go, hook and lateral, touchdown, Hatboro-Horsham. So I know Dennis has got it in his book. Let's see if we see anything like it.
Now they go wide left. Backs are split. And Haggerty back to pass. And Armstrong is having a game tonight, Tom.
He's doing it on both sides of the ball. Also in there, number 74 for CB West. Comes from his defensive line stuff. That's Jeff Cahill. Stands Haggerty straight up, takes him down. And it looks like maybe they're going to let this half run out as we're under 20 seconds now.
Now they might try one play and they come out for it. This should be, barring an incompletion or a penalty, could be and should be the last play of the half. Backs are in the eye. Handoff goes underneath to Lewis. Lewis breaks it, but he gets broke. That's tackle. And we end the half on that on a great tackle in the open field. Let's get the number of that tackle before we break it. That was Corey Potter.
Yeah, Potter came up.
So Potter comes up and blasts him. A great first half for the Bucks. 26 unanswered points. First 4 possessions wind up in scores. The teams go to the locker room with the Bucks leading the Hatters 26-0. We'll take a break and be right back. Don't go away.
Looking for the perfect pre-owned car? Come to John Altamari Auto. With over 125 quality pre-owned cars in stock, you're sure to find the car you want at the price you want. Choose from luxury cars, vans, sports cars, imports, and 4-wheel drives. Every car is warranted for 1 year with current inspection, plus Altamari has a service center on the premises. Bad credit or no credit, Altamari gives you instant approval with as little as $500 down. So, visit our friendly sales staff to help you get the car you want. John Altamari Auto, located on East Lincoln Highway, 100 yards from Reedman's.
Back at War Memorial Field, you see the halftime score. CB West having their way with Hatboro-Horsham as it's 26-0. Bob Friedman along with Tommy White. Tommy, it's been all black and gold.
I'll tell you right now, Hatboro might feel like they should get on that bus and go home because it's been that dominating a game. knowing those kids, the fighters that they are, they're going to come back out the second half and fight West like it's a 0-0 game. You can bet on that.
You can count on that with a Steinley coach team.
Absolutely. However, this West team has been so impressive. Probably the best half of football I can tell you I've seen them play all year. Mistake-free. They've had a few snaps from center that have gone awry, but other than that, their penalties have been not there. The offensive line, as we've talked all year, has just been on fire. They've been on fire, and nobody's stopping them.
This has been Bucks football. This is what, when you talk about Bucks football, this is what you talk about. Precision. They move the ball on the ground. They push the ball right at you. Smash mouth football. They show you Armstrong, and they run Armstrong over you, around you, through you, and then when the play they really need the play, they show you Armstrong and Potter or Warden carry it, and they have had a couple of big runs off that on third down plays, including Corey Potter's touchdown run to get the 26th point on the board. It's been just dominance. Defensively, Haggerty has had time, and then he hasn't. Dave Armstrong is just having a career night offensively and defensively.
Well, right now, everybody's saying, does West have what it takes to go all the way? And based on what I'm saying, they don't have that great passing game. But do you need it? I'm saying to myself, do you really need it? You look at some of the great teams, even in college football, that are just power running teams like the Nebraskas that don't really throw the ball that well. They just pound you with a big offensive line, big backs, and they play good defense. You can win a lot of football games doing that. And even at this level, I wonder. Right now, I haven't seen the Downingtown team, but I tell you what, who's going to beat this?
Yeah, but not looking ahead. I mean, you still have a half to play, and anything can happen. Not intentionally. Well, I guess you do look ahead. But if you are playing a PW or you are playing a Downingtown, and if that running game is stopped, that's a problem. That's a problem. And so far, Downingtown and Plymouth Whitemarsh are playing the best football of the year at this point. Plymouth Whitemarsh lost that early game to Hatboro-Horsham, and other teams have paid big time for that. And that's something you have to look at. And again, you hate to look ahead. 26-0 at the half, though. You got to wonder if Hatboro-Horsham has it in them to put 26 points on the board in the second half. Anything can happen. But again, what Pettin and his coaches are talking about right now is, all right, you got the lead. Don't sit on it. Don't sit on it. Treat it like it's a nothing game. You come out there, they're going to have the ball. They're going to get the ball on offense to start the second half. You have to make your statement. If you stop them there and you score and you make it 33 or 34-0 at that point, then you still treat it like it's nothing. But we can start looking at some other options at that point.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's just been such a dominating game. It's hard to believe that they really could come out and really mount any kind of threat to West. Now, they might punch one in, but right now, this West team is just, they're just a superior team.
Well, the Hatboro-Horsham band is on the field entertaining the crowd at this halftime. We're going to take another break. You know the score, 26-0. CB West leading Hatboro-Horsham. We're going to catch our breath and be ready for all the second half playoff action right after these messages. Don't you dare go away.
This is the best way not to get your license on the first try.
And this is the best way to get video games. Now get Sega Channel. Over 70 hot games a month for your Genesis machine. No lines, no limits, no late fees. Just unlimited play on your TV. Sega Channel, less than $15 a month. Call your cable company now. Sega Channel. The only way to get it is to get it.
Do you have exercise-related foot and ankle injuries? Foot injuries affect the knee and various parts of the body, so why not let the doctors of Buckingham Foot and Ankle Center help you? Dr. Michael Greenberg and Dr. Maurice Levy have over 40 years combined experience participating and treating athletes like you. Buckingham Foot and Ankle provides foot care for people of all ages, from pediatrics to geriatrics, including diabetic, sports medicine, general podiatry, laser surgery, and wound care. Don't suffer another day. Come visit our conveniently located facility. Call 489-5100.
Would you like a better paying job? Professional Career Development Institute can train you at home in just a few months for one of America's 15 top career opportunities. Whether your dream is to be your own boss or to work for an employer, call for free literature on any one of America's top career choices. Train at home for the job you've always wanted and earn this nationally recognized diploma. Take a look at PCDI's exciting career opportunities. Medical transcription, paralegal, veterinary assistant, computer training, fitness and nutrition, interior decorating, electrician, child daycare, conservation outdoors, travel agent, locksmithing, medical dental office assistant, home inspection, bookkeeping, accounting, or get your high school diploma. Call for free literature on the career of your choice.
In the U.S. and Canada, call 1-800-494-9732. Get free literature on one of these 15 careers. That's 1-800-494-9732. Earn more money. Call 1-800-494-9732. Call now.
And we are back at War Memorial Field. Hatboro-Horsham taking the opening kickoff for the second half, moving into the 24-yard line. And on first down, a short run by Lewis will get him about 4 yards, make it second down and 6.
See it there, 26-0. Start the second half. Off comes Mr. Crugnally.
Crugnally. We got it right.
We got it right.
We think we got it right. Haggerty with a short pass. Oh, and it's a good thing he didn't. Now, are they calling that a lateral?
I don't think it was. If they call that a lateral, that's a tough call, because it looked like to me that ball was thrown.
Now that's
forward.
what they're calling it. They're calling it a lateral. Because I was looking for it, and it doesn't have to go backwards. It just has to go sideways. And what they're saying is that ball was thrown behind the receiver, therefore a lateral. But I'll tell you, it was a good thing he didn't put the ball high, because there were black jerseys all over the place. So a loss on the play takes it back inside the 25 to about the 22, makes it 3rd and 13. Brian Haggerty, the quarterback. Dennis's brother in the slot, almost jumping offside, was West. Haggerty off play action will roll to the right. He's under a rush, and down he goes. And that, of course, was Greg Ward coming from the defensive end.
And that time Haggerty runs into that sack. What he's got to do is, if the defensive end is as deep as he is, he's got to step up inside of that. He tries to go outside it. Ward's got his contain in line, and he runs right into that sack.
And Steinley's worst fears have been answered in the beginning of the second half, as they have gone backward, and now they have to call timeout because they now have enough players. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They only had 10 players out there, Tom. So they got to burn a timeout. This Hatboro-Horsham on a punt. And the wheels are just starting to fall off for Hatboro-Horsham right now. As they had the ball, 4th down, they're going to have to punt from way back inside back around the 15-yard line. And now they have to burn one of their timeouts, and it just goes from bad to worse, Tom. But for the Bucks, it goes great. And again, once again, we remind you, the VHS copies of this and all other SCT events, they're available by calling SCT at 215-345-5154, Mondays through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Chris Ortiz back to receive the punt. And he's standing on about the 47-yard line. Punter for Hatboro is going to kick from his own 2. And the ball goes over his head into the end zone. He's going to fall on it.
And it goes out of the end zone. It'll be a safety.
And it's going to be a safety for CB West.
Well, there are those extra points that were missed. So now we're back to 28-0.
Well, if you think about it, really it's not a bad thing for Hatboro, because if they punt that ball away, Ortiz gets the ball, they're sitting with the ball maybe on the 35-yard line looking to score a touchdown. Now Hatboro has to kick off.
Yeah, but they got to kick off from the 20.
From the 20, and maybe put West back in territory where maybe they can play some defense.
Yeah, but they got a kickoff from the 20-yard line, and Ganges, who's been their punter, you don't know, he has not been in since early in the game with a neck injury. So now they got to punt the ball off to West from the 20, and life gets tougher for Dennis Steinley and the red and black. Yeah, the punter tried to pick the ball up, and fortunately for the punter, the ball went out of the back of the end zone because there's a host of black jerseys just waiting to pounce on that for an easy touchdown. Now they'll kick it off the ground here. This is a free kick. You can either punt it or you can kick it, and they will opt to kick off here.
Back there is Ortiz and Starsman. Starsman's done a good job this year returning kicks.
Yes, he has. Kevin Patterson will tee it up at the 20-yard line. No holder for him this time. And he'll bring it up, and they kick it. Nice kick. It will go to Ortiz. He'll take it at the 35, the 40, 45, finds his crack over midfield. Breaks it outside. Ortiz could go all the way. Got one guy to beat and bring him down as Terrence Washington at the 19-yard line.
He got right up inside that wall. He's found a seam, and then there was a burst, and he was able to get up through the wall, out to the sideline. And Washington has saved a couple touchdowns tonight, Bob. And West is just right back on the doorstep, looking for more.
I know this is tape delay, and I know that you already know what's going on here in the other games, but there is a buzz going through the locker room as it has just been brought to our attention that Plymouth Whitemarsh is leading Downingtown by a 35-3 score. Folks, if that score holds up, and you got to think it is, we could be set up for another, the third of the trilogy. But we'll talk about that later. First and 10 ball at the 19-yard line. Potter rolls left, has a man wide open. Scott Warden at the 10, the 5, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, flashing down. I think he's going to have a face mask. And just like that, it's 34-0.
Boy, what a great effort by both Potter and Warden. Just a little jelly pass, flood pattern, gets him out there. Hatboro's looking run, run, run. He's wide open. He gets one-on-one with the safety. Safety gets a hold of his face mask. You see the official down there in the corner waving off the penalty and signaling touchdown. And CB West 34-0 with the extra point to follow. And it looks like they're going to kick.
And it only took them 21 seconds more to put those points on the board. They will kick, and it will be Jarrett for the extra point out of Bill Stone's hold. Snap there, the placement there, the kick is up, looks good, is good, and it's 35-0 with 10:21 to go in the third quarter. And Tommy, we're in blowout city.
Yeah, well, part of it is that I think Hatboro realized very early in the game how overmatched they were against that offensive line. And I can't tell anybody how dominating it is, but to go out on that field and stand next to a couple of those linemen, they are gigantic. I mean, they're just big. And then you add the coaching of Coach Pettin there. You see him on the screen, Mike Carey, and all the technique that they apply to that size. And it's just, it's dominating.
Is the stage ever set? Is the stage ever set? They're just talking about it right here. Not again looking forward to realize 35-0. Anything can happen still, but I'll tell you what, Downingtown, if they were to lose that game, you're setting up the third PW CB West game. Got some people going yes, got some people going no, but we'll talk about that later on.
Running backs are down in the yard.
Jarrett lines it up at the 40-yard line again. 3 safeties for Hatboro-Horsham. Jarrett kicks it nice, high, booming kick. Takes Washington back to his 6, almost falls down, gets it over the 10, cuts it to the right side. The 15 and kaboom at the 17-yard line. Terrence Washington goes down. Terrence Washington, a real good running back, but we haven't heard much from him tonight.
Well, that's number 20, Joel Starsman on the tackle. I actually gave number 30 the credit on the last kickoff, and we said that was Mel Soria, but it was actually Starsman who made the tackle on the last kickoff. So we apologize. He's done a nice job. He's a good special teams guy for CB West. He's a senior, gets some time running the ball occasionally, but sees a lot of time on those special teams.
Backs in the eye, the handoff goes to Lewis, and he'll get a first down. Those quick hitters do work, and again, they tried that. Lewis got it, takes it up over the 25 to close to the 30. It will move the sticks and give Hatboro-Horsham a fresh 4.
They've shown they can run it right between the guard and the center, real quick, try to quickly get it by the linebacker. And they've had a couple big runs, but other than that, they've really been ineffective.
Well, they have second down, but it is 1st and 10. And the handoff goes to Washington, his first big run of the game. He's got it out close to midfield in the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down for Hatboro-Horsham as they run the ball well. And it's almost as you're saying, hey, we got nothing to lose. Just keep hitting and keep running. You can only get it a yard at a time. So Terrence Washington breaks out over left tackle. He'll get the first down, the ball at the 43-yard line.
Washington came in 9 games and 172 carries, 935 yards.
He has been stifled tonight until that carry. Now man in motion. And the handoff goes to Lewis. Lewis has got 2, he's got 3, he's got 5 yards. Nice, tough running by Tim Lewis, who will make it 2nd and 5 as they get just shy of midfield. And Tommy, they have not been on the Bucs side of the field tonight, I don't believe.
I don't believe they have either. They've come close, but haven't gotten there yet. Lewis, really like him. He's really shown me runs hard. He's quick. Shown he can take a hit and keep going. Now I don't know what is Lewis coming back next year. He's a senior. That's a shame because he'd be a nice back to come back.
Man in motion is Dennis Haggerty. Back to pass, throws it to Dennis Haggerty. Brian Haggerty's got it. You big gainer inside the 40 to the 35-yard line of CB West, and Hatboro-Horsham starting to move the ball.
Well, it looks like that they went back at halftime and said we could run that little dive play, we could run off tackle a little bit, and maybe run a little pattern out, and they've been successful on all 3 plays. Unfortunately, they're down 35-0 with a huge mountain to climb.
Jack Shackleton checks out of the game. 1st and 10 for the Hatters. Man in motion. And the counter handoff goes to Lewis, and he'll only gain about a yard on the play. And again, the slow developing plays, you have a tough time running those against the Bucs.
Tommy Halp in the booth just now, him and his wife, and Tommy was the winner of the football.
Well, when it's good, it's really good. We talked about number 12, Tommy Halp. Great player for
he was fun to watch.
He was an all-heart kind of guy. 2nd and 10 as there was no gain on Lewis's carry. Now the pitch goes to Washington. Tries to go around the end. Gets a little bit, but not much. Is good pursuit on the play by number 74, Jeff Cahill. And they box the end so well. Now they teach you that you want to box the end. You want to come straight up and turn at a 90-degree angle, not allow them to come outside. You see so many defensive ends all the way up to the pros who take that diagonal, and boy, a good running back loves that. He'll run right by you.
Yeah, West has got some younger players in the game. Matt Carey's in there, number 7. We'll get some of these other guys as we go, but he's most of this first team is still in there, but a mixture of new guys.
Play action. Haggerty back to pass, throws it underneath for Lewis, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and you know they're going to go for it here. 4th and about 6. Haggerty just seems to be letting up a little bit on some of those ones, especially over the middle. That one fell shy of Lewis, and Lewis was open there. Again, it's a learning experience. He's got some good talent on this team, and so many of them will be back. Brian Haggerty is a good quarterback. They didn't go 9-1 by luck.
Nah, they're a good football team. The thing I credit them with is they really haven't quit. There's nobody out there not playing hard right now for that black, red, white, and black.
Never is on the Steinle coach team. They always play tough. Now they have trips right formation. But the handoff goes to Lewis. Nice play into the secondary and a first down for Hatboro-Horsham. They showed pass, gave the handoff to Lewis, and that front line did a nice job of blocking on the play. Let's hand out some credit there. Number 64, that's Brian Haupt, who called his number a few times tonight. Did a nice job on blocking. Get a few other names on there on that offensive line. We talked about it, Brian Schreier, Dave Maloney, John McCoy. Opened some nice holes in this series. So it's a 1st and 10, the ball down to the 20-yard line of CB West. Haggerty hands it to Lewis, it's been the workhorse. Another nice hole, another nice gain, 7 yards, down to about the 13-yard line.
They're just hitting on that nose tackle. They're actually doubling down on him, driving him out, and getting the back to read that block and just get up in that seam. And Mitchell's done a good job on this drive. And it's a wonder that they hadn't discovered this earlier in the game. What's one thing West does so well is they pick up weaknesses from teams very early and exploit them early.
2nd and 4. Pass goes out to the side. That's Mills. He's got it to the 5. Is he in? He's in. Touchdown, Hatboro-Horsham. So the Hatters get on the board with 5:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 35-6.
17, Randy Mills. Randy Mills carries it in for the Hatboro-Horsham.
I believe that was Mills. Is that Mills on the catch?
Randy Mills, number 17.
Yep.
Just goes down, does a little button hook at the 5, hugs the sideline, and then forces that safety and that linebacker to try to get over there and make the tackle. He stretches out and gets in.
And they will go for 2. Backs are in the eye. Nice series, but Haggerty will roll left. He's got room to run if he wants. It looks like he's going to get the end zone, and he does. 2-point conversion makes it 35-8. Don't have the Hatters out quite yet, because you know what? If it's me, I'm onside kicking right now.
Especially after some of the problems that West had. There's a replay right there. Sorrento's Pizza replay. He does a great job. Ball in the outside hand, stretches it out at the 2, and gets across that stripe for 6.
So it's 35-8. The Bucks with the lead, but then the Hatters have put points on the board now. Let's see if they try to run something. And of course, Coach Carey and Pettin are going to talk to their boys and tell them, hey, look, watch out for that short kick. I want another Abington on our hands. Kevin Patterson will tee it up at the 40-yard line. And they got a few hands up front. Corey Potter there. Scott Warden's up on the front line there. Also see number 24, that's Dave Titus. So they got some hands up front. And we'll see what happens, or if he goes deep or not. So let's see as Kevin Patterson tees it up now. It's a pretty conventional line for Hatboro-Horsham. He waits the back judge's call, and the ball blows off the tee. So they'll have to hold it. Now, if they were to try an onside kick, this makes it even tougher off of a hold. But everything points to the fact they're just going to kick it off and kick it deep. And they kick a low ground ball. It'll be picked up there by Ortiz. He breaks it outside, cuts it up to about the 40-yard line, taken out of bounds there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bucks. So Ortiz fielded the ground ball, picked it up, got a nice return out of it, and the Bucks will take over on the 40-yard line of CB West, as they have just given up their first points. A nice drive by Hatboro-Horsham.
Really nice. It was a nice mixture. A couple nice passes by Haggerty. I thought he threw the ball very well in that series.
And Lewis was a horse. Lewis was fabulous.
And the offensive line really got it going. They found something inside on that defensive line where they were running somewhat of a little counter back against the the double team on the nose, and they were very effective.
Backs in the eye. Handoff goes, and going absolutely nowhere. Losing yardage is Chris Ortiz.
Number 33 for Hatboro. He comes up from his linebacker spot. That's Jim McCoy, Jr., 6'2", 170. And he stands him straight up and takes him down. And that might be the first legitimate loss for West tonight.
Hatboro-Horsham is playing a whole different game since that last score by CB West. They have dominated CB West defense. And you mentioned there were a few second stringers in the team, but there were a lot in that game. But there were a lot of first stringers in there too, and they ran the ball very well. And right now, it's the first team offense for CB West. Losing 2 yards, make it 2nd down and 12. Backs are split. Man in motion going to the top of your screen. Delay handoff goes to Ortiz. He breaks out of the field. He's going to go. Oh, Chris Ortiz on the delay will go 62 yards into the end zone. And just as the Hatters are starting to feel good about themselves, kaboom, and it's 41-8. Oh, baby.
What a move he put on the safety, did Ortiz. He gets out there deep into the secondary. He's flying. He's got a burst of speed going. Just gives him the little shiver of the hip. And safety goes diving on the ground. And Ortiz runs by him the rest of the way, races into the end zone. And this CB West team is just unstoppable.
Extra point will be attempted by Jarrett. Spot, plays the kick. A little bit low.
Looked like somebody got a piece of it.
Scott didn't appear to be really. They had a little trouble. Stone looked like he had a little bit of trouble just controlling the snap. So the kick goes wide. It stays 41-8. But, boy, I'll tell you what. You drive a stake in the heart and you just keep tapping away at it. Hatboro-Horsham huffs and puffs, makes some great running plays, moves on a big 4th down run by Lewis, gets a nice touchdown pass, gets the 2 points, starts feeling good about themselves. 35-8, they kick the ball off, they stop the running back for a 2-yard loss. Ortiz feeling real good, and then that delay, and goodbye. And it's 41-8, just like that. So we have 4:34 to go in the 3rd quarter, and it has been an active one so far. Safety, 2 and 3 touchdowns. And Hatboro-Horsham scoring 1 of the 3, but West has just been murdered. And again, Jarrett will kick the ball off. And again, the 3 safeties. Last kickoff by Jarrett was very nice. This was a boomer. This was another boomer down to the 7-yard line, high and deep. Washington cuts to the right over the 15. Tripped up on a nice open field tackle. Let's see who put that on him.
Down there was Jarrett. Jarrett was in on there, as well as 21 for CB West.
Oh, looks like 23.
23, Kinzel.
Greg Kinzel in on the team. He's the one who really tripped him up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Hatboro-Horsham at their own 23-yard line.
This is Kinzel up here in the booth today, selling tickets for the game ball.
Yeah, I didn't win it. Of course, I guess you got to buy a ticket to win it. Well, you know, what are you going to do?
That helps.
Anyway, actually, I did buy a ticket. Now we have flags down. What do we have? We have motion, or doesn't look like West was offside. Let's see what we have. There's a delay of game.
The dead ball, substitution infraction against the defense, 5 yards, still 1st down.
Somebody may have come on the field. I don't know what we have, unless they might have had 12. No, it wasn't 12 players. It might have been 12 players in the field.
That's right. It's actually a 15-yard penalty if they deem it to be on purpose.
Or if the player. Yeah, exactly. Handoff goes to Washington. He won't get much. Yeah, it's like they always say, you can't beat that 6-3-3 defense.
Yeah. Prognelli on the tackle. Nice job. Knifes in from his nose tackle spot. Takes down the back. But Nick, here's Hatboro, second and 3.
Yeah, well, they were helped by that 5-yard penalty, of course, but yeah, they are in a good spot at 2nd and 3. And the offense has shown a spark here. They moved the ball in the last series. They get 3 yards in the first carry here after the penalty, or actually 2 yards, make it 2nd and 3. Back to pass. Haggerty's got Mills, got the first down, and he's tackled in the open field there by number 21, and that's Dave Edwards. Now we do have a few new players in the game. Edwards in the game. Brian O'Hearn is also in the game. So we're going to see some fresh faces now, as I think Pettin probably feels that the game is at hand at this point.
Also in there, Jacob Blumgren. As you said, Edwards, O'Hearn. 2 of the Blumgrens are in there, Ryan and Jacob.
Pass on, it's going to be intercepted, and Wharton saw the end zone. Wharton saw the end zone, tried to run, and he tripped over a blade of grass, but it's an interception. A ball that was thrown, kind of a wounded duck. It really shouldn't have been thrown at all, because Wharton had great position. He gets it, and all he has to do is stay on his feet, and he is gone. He knew it. But West will take over on the interception. And the Bucks have the ball now on the 36-yard line of Hatboro-Horsham. They want to call a timeout to get themselves set up here. Now you may see also timeout. They may be putting some of the reserves in here.
Yeah, that's what you do. You call timeouts. You look back to the bench and say, okay, Joe, you haven't played. Get in there. Billy, get in there. You haven't played. And that's basically what Mike Carey's doing right down there in front of the bench. It's maybe time for Drew Tillman to check into the game at quarterback. Yeah, and there they are. There they're standing on the sideline. Dave Armstrong, Scott Warden, all put their hands up to the crowd. So Dave is probably done for the game, as is Scott. And Corey Potter comes over. He's done for the evening, most likely. So we're going to see Drew Tillman, I'm sure, in the game right now. Some new running backs in the game. Or did Scotty Warden have a game tonight? He's really developed as their premier back behind Dave Armstrong, and he's a nice mixture back. He can run you over, but he can also outrun you, and he runs with his eyes. That's what I love about him. And also Ortiz, a guy that shows you special teams wise that he can hurt you.
Get a chance to watch Dustin Picciotti. We saw him the East game, and he looked like a powerhouse. Drew Tillman in at quarterback. The handoff goes to Picciotti. He's got 3, he's got 5, he's got 10. He breaks it out in the open. Cuts it to the right. If he stays on his feet, he can score. He fumbles the ball. They chase it down, and it looks like Hatboro-Horsham's got it at the 1.
What a great run by Picciotti. Does a great job to stay on his feet despite getting tripped up, and then just to get the ball deflected out of his hand. And again, Hatboro does a great job. I think it's Washington to race down and get that fumble and save the touchdown.
Picciotti is disconsolate, but I'll tell you what, he did a lot to stay on his feet. The fumble was created more of the fact that he's trying to maintain his feet, his balance, and he had the ball just a little bit out loose, and he got it stripped. There's nothing wrong with that, but what a great run by Dustin Picciotti. It's not like they need another score, but I'll tell you, Picciotti showed you something of what's going to be happening down the road. They had a great run. So now they're on their own half-yard line of the Hatters. They dodge the bullet right now. Handoff goes in, and powering in for about 3 yards is Lewis to give him a little bit of breathing room. Boy, I'll tell you, Dustin Picciotti is an exciting running back.
And we noted last week that Dustin's only a sophomore.
6'3", 220.
Yeah.
By the time he's a senior, he'll be 6'3", about 240.
And some of the other guys, sophomores, seeing a lot of action. Matt Carey's seeing a lot. Number 7, he's in there calling the signals on defense tonight, right now. You got Picciotti in there, just had that big run. Ryan Blumgren in there, he's only a sophomore. So some young guys seeing some action right now.
2nd and 7, handoff goes to Washington. He won't get anything, and they have bottled Washington up tonight. He has just, now Lewis has had a great game. Washington, I don't think he has 25 yards rushing tonight, Tom.
Well, generally fullbacks against West will do a better job running the ball because there's no lead block in front of him to give it away. A tailback, you can take it away because a fullback a lot of time is going to show you where it's going.
So, Gain of about a yard, make it 3rd down and 6 ball out at the 5-yard line. Unbalanced backfield. Pitch goes to Washington. He'll cut it over the 5. It looks like he'll get the 1st down, but there's a flag here. Let's see what the flag is.
Probably in the neighborhood of holding.
You would think, but I didn't see anybody else except black jersey. Let's see what this is. Well, there was one. Maybe Lewis might have flipped on the play.
Tackled by Ryan Blumgren. And we got 2 Blumgrens in the game right now, Bob. Jacob, who's a senior, and Ryan, who is a sophomore. Family of football players. What a great family they are, too.
You know them very well, of course. You've had the opportunity to coach a couple of them.
Yeah, both Ryan and Jacob.
Of course,
a lot of
Travis,
fun.
Travis, of course, a tremendous player at West. Now going to Penn State.
Yeah, and he's redshirted this year. I actually talked to Bill this week, Travis's dad. He was telling me that he did redshirt him this year.
Now the penalty happened. I'm curious about this. They're calling a 3rd down, but the penalty happened past the sticks. So I guess you're just going to call 3rd down now on about 5. So they're back to basically where they were after the penalty. Handoff goes to Lewis. He breaks it out. He'll have the 1st down and almost broke it as he gets out to the 15-yard line. That quick hitter to Tim Lewis has been working. Locked down to 1:20 in the 3rd quarter, 41-8. CB West comfortably in front.
Well, they get the 1st down there. Get a little pride, little confidence, and a little momentum here as we wind down this 3rd quarter, and hopefully they can get a big play here, maybe get some more points.
Backs are in the eye. The play action, rolling left, he throws, he's got a man, and I believe that's Dennis Haggerty. And it'll be another 1st down. And the offense is moving the ball very, very nice. It's starting out at their own 5-yard line. They've moved it out to the 30-yard line, a 1st down 4. Hatboro-Horsham mentioned here in the booth, of course, John Pfaff has not seen much playing time either. We don't know if it's because of injury or otherwise, but he's been out. Gange is missing. That's tough to lose players when you're playing a team the caliber of West.
Yeah, 2 your senior leaders go down early in a big game like this. That hurts.
Mills and Dennis Haggerty will come out split to the right. And the handoff goes to Lewis. He doesn't get a whole lot. He'll get maybe 2 on the carry. 2 tough yards. Lewis has got to be somewhere close to 100 yards for the evening. I'm saying he's up in the 70s or 80s at least. And that will complete the 3rd quarter as we wind it down. A quarter that has seen both teams put points on the board, but West putting up 2 touchdowns and a safety to Hatboro-Horsham's 1 score. We complete 3 quarters of play, 41 for CB West, 8 for Hatboro-Horsham. We'll take a break and be back for the final 12 minutes of this game. Don't go away.
Jewelry is a gift from the heart. And for years, Gem Jewelers' professional staff has been at the heart of the matter with quality engagement rings, wedding bands, and diamond anniversary rings. Inside our beautiful showroom, you'll find the largest selection and the best values to make your special day or any occasion a treasure you'll remember forever. Plus, Gem Jewelers' gemologist is always on hand to ensure the quality of your diamonds and gemstones. Gem Jewelers, the heart of jewelry, on Route 611 at Bristol Road, Warrington.
Back at War Memorial Field, Doylestown, Pennsylvania. 3 quarters of action are in the books in this PIAA District 1 playoff game between CB West and Hatboro-Horsham. And many people, it's going about the way a lot of people may have figured. CB West took off early, jumped out to a 26-0 halftime lead, and now lead 41-8 as we open the 4th quarter. But Hatboro-Horsham has moved the ball well, 2nd down and 8. Ball goes to Washington, cuts inside. He'll get about 4, make it 3rd and about 4 yards to go. They've moved it from their own 1-yard line and they've gotten up to the 35-yard line. This has been another nice offensive series, Tom White.
Yeah, Brian O'Hare in that time, he's the corner. He comes up. He doesn't make the tackle, but he does a nice job to force the lead block, which is the fullback, and make the play go inside. The back ends up running right back into all the defensive flow, and they make the tackle. They got a big gain on it, but a good play by O'Hare to turn it back in.
Backs in the eye. Handoff goes underneath to Lewis. Got a lot of running room. Breaks it out toward midfield. He'll get it to the 46-yard line of Hatboro-Horsham. Another first down for the Hatters. And again, that quick hitter. And that left side of that line has done a nice job of opening holes there, Tom. Well, I'll tell you, Schreier has done a real solid job. McCoy also out there, just doing nice work, yeoman's work up front. Yeah, it is against the second team right now, but doesn't matter. It's still a quality team out there. Haggerty, play action. Oh, he's going to get buried, and this time we got him. Number 52, Nick Crognally. There you go.
Crognally. He's had a big night. He goes in and out of the game. They put him in special spots, and every time he's been in there, he's had penetration into the backfield. There he's able to get the quarterback, and after Hatboro's had some real success here on this drive, he makes a big play, and he's gonna put him back at 2nd and 14, maybe even 15. Looks like 15 they're gonna make it.
Well, they tried the play action. We talked about that. They've been showing the run, and they tried the play action. A good call, but I'll tell you, CB West was ready for it. Crognally was one of a host of people who had the shot at Haggerty. It's a 2nd and 14. Handoff goes to Washington. Flags are all over the field. Now I'm wondering, it's from the side. I don't know what the story is here, but that flag went as soon as the ball was snapped. I'm wondering either I saw a player run off the field really quickly for Hatboro-Horsham. Now let's see what the call is here, though. Boy, I'll tell you, they popped it up there, and I'm wondering. It's a legal procedure against Hatboro-Horsham. And Mike Carey's already told them they're going to take the penalty. You see assistant head coach Mike Carey.
Bob, you and I, as they're spotting the ball, we're looking down the roster. And we're looking at CB West. And some of the things that are just astounding about this team.
Legal procedure on the offense. 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5 yards, previous spot, still 2nd down.
You get the call, illegal formation by Hatboro. But listen to this for the people that root for this black and gold team. Ben Carver, we're talking about this big offensive line, a junior. The Wilson brothers, juniors. Brian Buckley, a junior. Greg Kinzel, a junior. There's quite a few players coming back next year.
Handoff goes to Lewis. He won't get a lot. He's thrown back, so on top of everything, they're going the wrong way now. Well, you know, if you're Drew Tillman, you're sitting there going, come on, 98. Boy, I'm going to have a line in front of me. You got to believe that Tillman's going to be the next quarterback. The way that usually that Mike will do that.
Yeah, I think Drew's got a good shot to be the guy next year. There's a couple of young guys that are in the junior highs that people have been pretty high on, but it's pretty hard to come into a program like this as a sophomore and see a lot of time, unless you're a guy like Travis or Kevin Ward that played a couple of years ago.
And back to pass goes Haggerty on 3rd and long. He floats, got a man, threw it a little bit behind Dennis Haggerty, and it'll be 4th down. But before we go on, I've got to say to Tommy White, besides being a great player in his own right, also has had some success as a football coach. Don't be shy here. Tell the people about your football team and what they did at the vet last week.
Well, have fortune to be involved with the CYO program in Doylestown, the Romans, the CYO Romans. We draw from a couple parishes, and we were lucky enough to beat actually Dave Armstrong Sr.'s team, his CYO team, at the vet. Very close game, well played, and we end up Bucksmont champs, so it was a great year.
We'll get back to that in a moment as the high punt goes to about the 37-yard line where the Bucks will take over. And like I do with my soccer girls, let's talk about a few names in the team. Dish out a few, let's get them on the air here.
Well, we got a couple kids that are being you know, ask where they're going next year. A couple of those kids are talented kids, and I look forward to seeing them play sometime, maybe at East or West or Wood or LaSalle. A couple of those kids, Josh Felsetti's a kid that a lot of people are talking about. Bobby Holmes, Michael Donovan, who's probably going to play here in the black and gold. His uncle sits right in front of us here in the stand, so I know where he's going. But it's been a lot of fun, Bob. It really has.
A good season, a great season, and Tom gets to coach the All-Stars this weekend, because he is the championship coach. Of course, for Dave Armstrong Sr., tough loss, but then again tonight he probably is enjoying himself a little bit.
Well, Dave's going to help us tomorrow with the All-Star team, and he's a fun guy to work with. He really knows football. He's played, and he's been around football his whole life, and he's great with the kids, and I just have a ball working with him.
So short gain on the play. It'll be second down and long 9. Handoff goes underneath, and that'll be carrying the ball, number 41. That's Mario Palanga in the game. He was injured early in the year. He's back.
And so many other programs that have done so well to feed all these programs, Bob. Lenape Valley, Warrington's, even the Northampton team program that is perennial, very good team. As we mentioned, the CYO programs, the Romans in Doylestown, you have the Saints in Warminster, even the Pioneer program, the Pioneers from Warminster. All these programs and the coaches and all the people that volunteer their time to give the kids the opportunity to play is a great thing.
And Hatboro-Horsham has a great feeder program too. I frequently be going down 463. It's Palanga breaks to the outside. Oh, almost broke it, but a nice play by Mills. He'll gain only about 3, but he ran about 15 to get it. Hatboro-Horsham, you see them, they have a real good feeder program. The good programs have good feeder programs. Hatboro-Horsham, Mike Pettin Jr. working with, of course, the Cannoneers, the Squires over in Lansdowne, their CYO teams as well. They've got a lot of good feeders there. That's where you really build your programs. It was funny, you mentioned Larry Green coming up to you last week, and last thing he said after your interview, what did he say to you?
He said, Tom, send me the big boys.
Send me the big boys. He wants them. Well, we'll see what happens down the road. 4th down, they will punt the ball away. Jarrett kicks it under the wind. He'll get a good roll. It'll be taken there by Washington. That's not Washington. Let's see who carried that ball. I think that's number 23. That might be Nick Killian. It is.
But, you know, I'll tell you about a guy like Mike Pettin and Mike Carey. They're guys that show up in the summertime at camps and clinics, and they sit down with these youth programs and they review things with the coaches and the kids and say, you know, this is what we do and this is why we're they don't force it on us, but you'd be a fool not to listen.
And that's how, when Joe Paterno became coach at Penn State, he built that program. It was a good program to begin with, but he went to these high school camps. He was there. He would go during the summertime, make the rounds, talk to the kids, work with the kids. And these kids who were going to Notre Dame and they were going to Syracuse suddenly said, hey, I'll go to Central Pennsylvania. And Penn State became a championship caliber team. And it's a good reason, a main reason because of that. Joe used to go all over the place. Well, in high school, when you've said this so many times, you're a 12-year-old kid who's got some talent. And Coach Pettin walks on that field. I mean, you just stand there and you go, wow, this is my time. And kids, when they're 7 and 8 years old, what do you want to do? I want to play for CB West. I want to be a Buck. I want to play for CB East. I want to play for Hatboro-Horsham. They want to move into the program. As on 2nd down and 5, nice run there for the 1st down. I believe that was Washington on the carry. He'll get the 1st down, moving up toward midfield to about the 47-yard line. 5:25 to go, 5:29 to go in the 4th quarter. 41-8 West leading. We're kind of going far afield here, but there's a lot to talk about these different programs and how they get this way. You don't just get lucky.
No, you don't. There's a lot behind the scenes.
Jack Shackleton.
Yeah, he's a gift.
And the handoff goes, and carrying the ball for about 3 or 4 yards is once again number 23, Nick Killian.
Yeah, a couple of new guys in the game for CB West. 77 in the game for West now. Mitch Baldwin, he's a senior, 6 foot. 82, Ed Hillman, he's a senior, 6'2", 185. Some of these seniors have been in the program maybe not have gotten the opportunity to play that much, getting there too right now.
2nd down and 6. Oh, and the ball's on the ground. Let's see who's got it. I think Haggerty got back on the ball as he had a little trouble with the exchange from center. It'll make it 3rd down and 8, but at least 3rd and 9, but at least they will keep the ball. Let's talk about looking forward now. Now with 4:20 to go in the 4th quarter, West comfortably in front, and supposedly the score we're getting, as I say, 35-3. Not just the fact that PW is defeating Downingtown.
It's a big score.
They're burying Downingtown. If that score is correct, and we'll know by the time this airs, of course, what the story is. But if it is to be a PW CB West game, what a great one that's going to be.
Well, you don't have to say, all you have to do is say PW around here, and the hair on people's neck stands up. So we'll get into that as we go.
And again, a little tough time on the handoff. They'll get some yardage, but Haggerty having some trouble there.
31 in the game for West. DJ Norris, he's a senior.
Matt Barrett in the game.
Barrett's coming in. 43 is in there now for West. Justin McDonald.
He's a junior, 5'9", 200 pounds.
And you know what? A lot of kids come through this program and maybe don't get the chance to play. But it's just the experience of playing this in this program, the weight program, and all the things that are around the program. It's not so much about being a superstar, it's just being part.
Oh, a nice breakthrough. Killian will get the first down, some nice yardage. I'll tell you something, we just mentioned Tim Ford is doing the game for the radio, made a comment, and I just wanted to pick that up. The win tonight will be Mike Pettin's 297th career win. If he goes to 300, his 300th win, if he does it this year, would be the state championship game. And you can only hope.
No pressure.
No pressure. Hatboro-Horsham, backs in the eye. A little bit of movement, but not set quite yet. Handoff goes underneath, and a new running back carrying the ball, number 26, is Tom Schultz, sophomore, 6'1", 180 pounds. Another thing is this season is not over by any means for Hatboro-Horsham. They still have, believe it or not, 2 regular season games left. Upper Dublin, and they also have the Thanksgiving Day extravaganza against Upper Moreland, Joe Shannon's team. And that's all. That for years has been a real barn burner. I did a few of those games when I down in Montgomery County, and that's a lot of pageantry. So they will be playing the Bears of Upper Moreland on Thanksgiving Day.
Matt Jarrett makes a nice play on defense, gets banged up a little bit, comes off the field. Matt Jarrett, senior, one of those guys I talked about, has worked hard, he's hit the weights, maybe hasn't had an opportunity to play as much as he'd like, but a great kid. I know his family, and great dedication, and I take my hat off to him for his efforts this year as he tries to walk off that ding that he got.
And this is where you get your chance to play a little bit. Matt Jarrett gets an opportunity. The handoff goes again to Schultz. He'll take it inside the 15 to the 14-yard line as we're inside a minute and a half to go in the 4th quarter. And the Bucks sending in more reserves. Number 51 into the game, Bo Thomas, 5'6", 195-pound junior. And Hatboro-Horsham just ran into a buzzsaw tonight. Brian Haggerty with the backs in the eye. And he'll have the deep handoff going to Washington. Washington will get it down to about the 12, close to the first down, make it 3rd and about 2. We are under a minute to go in regulation.
26 on the tackle, Carl Muller, senior, 6', 190 pounds on the tackle. In and out, 77. Mitch Baldwin comes out, 63 in.
See if Haggerty throws for the end zone. Sorry about that. See if Haggerty throws for the end zone. He pitches it wide to Killian. Killian cuts it into the 10, and he's taken down to the 5-yard line. That'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go. First down for Hatboro-Horsham, 1st and goal. The clock moving. Time for maybe one more play, maybe 2 if they can move it along. They get it to the 5-yard line, and now timeout is called. Let's see who's got it. We have an equipment problem here, so that'll stop the clock with 13 seconds to go.
Timeout for equipment.
Ted Kenyon, we had a little problem with his helmet there, and he'll be replaced by Brian Collahan.
Ball game over here, Friday evening, seated ticket holders, pick up reserve seats.
Clock will move now. This should be the last play of the game. Pitch goes wide. Killian, he's to the 5, he's to the 3, he's to the 2, and that will do it, folks. That will do it as the Bucks move on to the second round in what looks like Plymouth Whitemarsh, as they have defeated the Hatters of Hatboro-Horsham by a resounding 41-8 score. The teams will meet at midfield, shake hands. You see the coaches and the players getting ready to shake hands at midfield. We will take a break, come back and talk to you momentarily. Don't go away.
10 a.m. on Fox, Philadelphia.
Looking for the perfect pre-owned car? Come to John Altamari Auto. With over 125 quality pre-owned cars in stock, you're sure to find the car you want at the price you want. Choose from luxury cars, vans, sports cars, imports, and four-wheel drives. Every car is warranted for 1 year with current inspection, plus Altamari has a service center on the premises. Bad credit or no credit, Altamari gives you instant approval with as little as $500 down. So, visit our friendly sales staff to help you get the car you want. John Altamari Auto, located on East Lincoln Highway, 100 yards from Reedman's.
Congratulating the coaches and the players at midfield. As you see the score, the Bucks with a big win over Hatboro-Horsham by that 41-8 score. Mike Carey getting some congratulations from people there. Tom White, I think the Bucks taught Hatboro-Horsham a little playoff lesson tonight.
Well, they came in here, I know, all pumped up. There was a lot of hype about the Bucksmont years and all that, and I'll tell you what, there's going to take a real good football team to beat this CBWest team, and it's going to take about 7 or 8 guys right up on the line of scrimmage to be able to do it, because that's where the strength of this team is. It might be, and there's been a lot of talk over the years, who's the best line you ever had and everything. And when I mentioned to Mike last week, and he said, hey, I just had so much fun, that to me told me that this might be it. I mean, there's some horses on this offensive line.
He's got some big boys.
And they're juniors,
That's
half
exactly.
of them.
And the thing they've got to look at now is it appears for the 3rd straight year, the road past the districts to the district championship will go through Plymouth Whitemarsh. As it looks like Plymouth Whitemarsh, as we say, when you watch this, you'll already know. But right now, as we're standing here, Plymouth Whitemarsh with a commanding lead over Downingtown in what could be one of the big upsets of high school football, not just this year, but in a long time. But Plymouth Whitemarsh is used to upsets.
Plymouth Whitemarsh has come up here twice now and beat a good CBWest team the last couple years. And everybody was hoping, actually, if you talk to people from CBWest, they were figuring Downingtown's going to win, we're going to play them next week. And when the news went over the PA tonight by Walsh Merconish, and we heard the score, everybody just went, oh no, because Plymouth Whitemarsh was the team in the